I'm Anthony Hall, Town Council for the Town of Grange. Here you update on last Town Council meeting. Feels vital and important that we share as much information with the citizens of Grange as possible. With that said, let me pull up the agenda. It was called order by Mayor Wooten. It was opening prayer by Councilmember Al Gray. We didn't have any public hearings or Board of Adjustments, and no one spoke at the public comment period. We go down to amendments and approval of the agenda. Councilmember Larry Gladney approved the amendment, seconded by Councilmember Nikki Lee. The consent agenda was approved. A motion was made by Councilmember Gladney, seconded by Councilmember Gray, that we approve the consent agenda. And on a new business was the presentation of the FY 21-22 audit and financial statements. And we go to that. And I made a post on social media urging everyone that had comments, questions, concerns, complaints about how the town's running and the direction the town was going in to come to the meeting and let their voices be heard, complaints be heard. We had one individual come, and that was kind of disappointing to me because there's always people just saying things in the background, has comments about things, but you know, the only way to really know how the town is doing is to come to the town council meetings. And our financial audit was a huge success for the town. We're in great financial shape, but I just want to do this right now to show you guys that. All right, so we had Barrow, Paris, and Davenport, PA, certified public accountants come and do our audit for us, an independent audit. Now here it says, financial statements disclosures are neutral, consistent, and clear. And this little highlight here says, we encountered no significant difficulties in dealing with management, performing, and completing our audit. So this lets everyone know that our staff, our team, our managers were very working together and cooperative with the independent auditors, making sure they had all the information that they needed to do this audit successfully. We'll make sure that is made clear. This here says disagreements with management. For purposes of this letter, a disagreement with management is a financial accounting, reporting, or auditing matter, whether or not resolved to our satisfaction, that could be significant in financial statements or the auditor's report. And where we have it highlighted here, it says, we are pleased to report that no such disagreements arose during the course of our audit. So basically, they're saying that everything that we presented to them, audited, they checked, and they were in agreement with us. I want to make sure that is known. I'll try to get down here. But here's the analysis of the fund balance. And a lot of people don't know, most of the major actions that the town council has to deal with is regarding our fund balance. It is a snapshot of the town's financial situation. And I'm going to read what our auditor said about our financial situation. The opinion is unmodified, and an unmodified opinion is the cleanest you can have for a town. And that's straight quote from the independent auditor. And as you can see here, from 2018 to 2022, the light blue is the total fund balance. And every year our fund balance has increased. Um, so that's a testament to the financial controls that the town council has put in place. That's a testament to the work of the staff, finance director, town manager, and very few towns can boast this accomplishment right here, uh, increasing their fund balance every year. And right now, total fund balance is a little over 2.5 million. So that is extraordinary. Excuse me. Now here's the analysis of the unassigned fund balance, and that's basically, you know, cash reserve, money in the bank that the town council, town manager can use for whatever purpose or emergencies or whatever we decide to do, at our discretion. And as you can see here, is where in regard to unassigned fund balance, every year our percentage has gone up: 44, 63, 94, 106, 115. And I asked auditor, the auditor, we compare to other towns. And compared to other towns our size, he says, we are pretty high. So that's something I also wanted to highlight, because not only do we have a really good fund balance in comparison to other towns, we have a great fund balance. And we're gonna go down. This analysis of revenue sources, expenditures, and you can see here the enterprise funds and the general fund, and also the water fund. And I asked about, well, I didn't ask about, but he let us know that the water fund, the water and sewer fund increases due to the ARC money. So I want to make sure that's known as well. And the electric fund, you can see 2021 is a little higher than 2022, because that's when we received the ARP funds for the electric fund. So, well, that's what we used to. So that's why it's higher in 2021. And this is analysis of cash reserves and accumulated appreciation. As you can see, total fixed assets on here. Let's see, there's 23 million in assets. So for a town our size, again, that's pretty good. And 500,000 in cash reserves. And this slide here is showing the town of Grange property tax rate. As you can see, we've kept our taxes relatively low, flat for the last 5 years. We haven't raised taxes, we haven't raised rates. Now, in comparison to towns our size in the state, we're still a little bit above, but we've made a commitment to not raise taxes. So I have to commend the town council, the previous town council, and previous mayor, current mayor, and town management for that commitment to not raise taxes, but not to increase the tax burden on our citizens. This is a current levy collection percentage. And that's just saying that how much of the taxes we actually are able to collect. And right now, we're below the state average in what we collect, but that the number is kind of misleading because the county actually is engaged in tax collection. So it's not like something that we can fix or change. But I was sure about the town manager that we will be at 99%. The town of Grange valuation and tax levy. And you see here, this slide shows the total property valuation for our town. In 2022, we were at 132,146,241. So that's all the properties in the town of Grange. Now, also on the next section beside it says the total levy amount, and from that property valuation, we get the taxes of $703,502. So I also want to mention that with the growth that we're seeing, a lot of the new developments, that total property valuation number will rise, and so will that total levy amount. So, and that's the beautiful thing about growth is that we don't have to raise taxes if we grow. Just by default, the property valuation alone will get more tax revenue. And that's why it's important that towns promote growth. Can't be stagnant. We can't stand still. We have to keep looking for ways to grow our town. And a lot of people are wanting to come to the Grange, but there ain't a whole lot we even have to do. It's just we have to support that growth with our infrastructure. And that's it for the audit. And I want to commend town manager, finance director for the audit. Again, as it says, like I said before, compared to towns our size, we're in a great situation. We're doing much better than most towns our size, and probably even towns bigger than us, quite honestly, in regard to our financial situation. And also wanted to, the total assets exceeded liabilities by 16 million. I didn't mention that. I want to make sure that. And that 115% equates to a year's worth of expenditures. So I want to make sure that is on there as well, so that it'll be known. So that was, the motion was made by Councilmember Hall, seconded by Councilmember Gray, that we approve the FY 21-22 audit and financial statement pending approval from the North Carolina Local Government Commission. And on down to unfinished business. As always, our town manager gives us an update on the water sewer projects. And as before, we are had some snags with that. And I just want to shout out our representatives, Humphreys and Representative Perry, for helping us and with our dispute with the North Carolina Railroad. Like I said before, there's some things that small towns our size can't do on our own, and we need help, and we've been getting that help. So I want to shout those guys out. Better energy storage system. Town manager said this was our last update on that, and pretty much it's been a huge success so far. And just want to commend the town manager, rest of the town council, on being visionaries and pursuing this project. The nature trail, I got to get back out there again. It's still in projects. We're reaching out to the scout troops, and they're going to be doing projects out there, like some benches and things like that to accommodate people. And so I'm really excited about what the scout troop is going to provide for us, the Eagle Scouts, in the nature trail. It's going to be amazing, I'm sure, as always. The financial report is always in our packet. There was no official report given on it, so it's something for us to read on and consider. moving on now to council member comments. I didn't really have a whole lot to say at this meeting, but I did want to shout out Mr. Reddick, his 68th anniversary. I was able to attend that event. Also want to shout out Pastor Aurelius Miles of Taylor's Chapel for his second anniversary. I was able to attend that event as well. And I also want to shout out the Engage LA for their tree lighting ceremony and caroling in the park. It was a huge success, and all the work they do. We're going to be leaning on them a lot over the years because they're motivated, they're driven, they're determined to make this town a better town. And anybody that's trying to do something good in this town, I'm with it. So I want to support it. There was a motion to go into closed session by Councilmember Gladney, second by Councilmember Miles. We came back into open session. The Councilmember Gray and Councilwoman Lee made the motion to come back to the open session. And during the open session, we did talk about the Monrovia growers property and water rights purchase, and a motion to approve the purchase of the Monrovia growers and the water rights was made by Councilmember Gray, seconded by Councilmember Hall. And this is just a brief overview of that property and what it means for the town of LaGrange. 283.9 acres of land, 200 cleared, some mobile office there, multiple buildings, garages. There's well one. This is 12-inch well, 190 feet deep, under Cape Fear Aquifer, 800 gallons per minute estimated flow. And so I just want to make sure that that is known as well, because a lot of times when we go into closed session and we come back into open session, the public isn't aware of what happened because they have to leave during the closed session. So I'm all about openness and transparency, and this is about as open and transparent as you can get. And like I said, motion was made by Councilmember Gray, second by Councilmember Hall, to approve this purchase. And that was it for the December 5th meeting. Wow, this has been an exciting year. This is my first year on the council. I feel like we did a lot. We got a lot accomplished. You know, I try to hit the ground running. You know, no learning curve, anything. Just get out there, stick your nose out there, come up with ideas, come up with suggestions, and I did that. So I feel like, you know, I'm an experienced council member now. So I just want to thank the citizens of LaGrange for trusting in me, believing in me, giving me this opportunity to sit on this council of this town that I love so much. And I just want, words can't express how happy I am and how proud I am to represent the town of LaGrange. We are growing, we are moving. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of people that's really out there doing the work, and I can't do it without you guys. The citizens of LaGrange, the heartbeat of the town, and right now, all I can say is I'm so excited. I'm so happy, and I just can't wait to see what 2023 holds for the town of LaGrange. So I just want to thank you guys for listening to me. Appreciate everything that everyone does. We can all work together. My whole thing was, you know, when I ran was, what can we do to make this town a better town? And no one can do it alone. We need each other. So also want to say happy holidays, happy Christmas. Hope you do what you can to help someone in this time. A lot of times, Christmas is a time of the year where it's a happy time of year, but it's also a sad time of year because a lot of people don't have what other people have. They're less fortunate. So we have to think about people who don't have what we have and do what we can to help. With that said, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you guys in 2023. Take care.